I'm definitely not watching Facebook videos right now.
Hi. Checking yours.
Check. Check 1, check 2.
Oh wait. Hey. I should window capture. Ta-da. Oh, we big.
Whoa, we big.
Bigger than Jesus.
Always. No, I'm just kidding. There it
I
goes.
mean, we are more than one person, so
Historically speaking, we're also all probably bigger than Jesus.
yeah.
That's true. People have gotten taller.
Can't I cut that out? Let me.
We're more popular than Jesus.
All right, there we go. I think I fixed it.
I hope so.
I fixed it. I don't know why it was all off. Oh well.
I don't know. Why was it off, Core?
It's me. It was me. Core doesn't touch any of this. This is all me.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you can't blame him for amusement. Just
Damn.
scapegoat him.
Damn. You're right. Damn it, Core.
God damn it.
There you go. All right. So.
I didn't realize that my face is facing the wrong direction from how I see it to how it shows up. Like, yeah. Sorry, it threw me off. Because my face looks weird at the other angle.
It is weird to get used to. Because you don't ever see that side of your face, really.
Yeah. Anyway, that's not what this is about. Hello, everyone.
Hey.
We did not get eaten by a dragon. And now we're making a friend-ish. Tentative
What?
friendship. Very strained friendship.
We're being bribed to keep from killing it.
We are being bribed, because we could.
That's true. He would hurt,
We almost
though.
did.
It would really hurt,
It was-
though. Probably. Yeah, oh, he did almost kill it.
You
Well,
guys
yeah, I
in
mean-
character didn't know that. You know it was
Yeah.
worn out, but yeah.
But like, also, if it's not in the water, we're just gonna be wailing on it the whole time. We don't have to be like waiting for it to pop up. We can just keep beating the shit out of it.
That's true.
Yeah, on land we're whaling, and if it were in the water, we'd still be whaling, but in the sense of like how you'd attack a whale.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Very
Ahabing.
good. Yeah.
Yeah. We were Ahabing it, but now we ain't having it.
All hops are bastards. Ahab. But yeah, so we fought a dragon, and then Zarkra befriended the dragon, and then Zarkra and Lilia traveled in the dragon to the cave, and then we navigated via horse telepathy, or I'm sorry, moose telepathy, with Zarkra's moose to tell us where to go fucking park the boat so we can also go talk to the dragon. And it was like, hey, sorry, it sounds like you guys actually are going to help. So like, sorry for, trying to eat all of you and shit. Have some treasure, because that's what dragons do. Yeah. And now we're here. And we
then we
all
leveled
know what
up.
all the... And then we leveled up.
We're level
Which is-
6.
Yeah. Or in some cases we're like, we're level 321. Or
3111. I'm collecting classes at this point.
That's your dragon horde.
Yeah.
hell yeah.
But yeah. Okay. mind me. I'll just stick. I need to pull up one more thing that I didn't. There you go. Okay. But to wrap up that again, he has essentially offered each of you may take one item from his hoard, which you do see around him. You can see these estranged piles that you guys have had a chance to look through. Some of it seems more like junk, in at least in this area where it's again is more like the sails. You have a lot of rusted weapons and things that a lot of this seems to be things that he has scraped up off of the bottom, presumably from ships he has managed to drag down in the recent or further past. You're not sure entirely. But he does uh, present to you guys a small stone chamber that is kind of a little bit off to the side that had without the you would not have seen it from where you guys had come in, but there are 3 doors kind of lined up as he kind of pushes open the first one for you, which again on it has this ornate like wooden carving of this very very narrow slender figure in the center with a winged dragon wrapping around it, the wings sprouting from the back from both the dragon and the person. And you see before you this grand hoard that you're like, oh, that's where the good shit is. There it is. But he seems to explicitly not even acknowledge the other 2 doors there.
So you sent us a little document wherein you described the other 2 doors. I think the second one had the like shards of glass embedded in it, and it gave off an unsettling vibe. Is that something we feel?
As you guys if you guys get as you go into the first door or get near the first door, you kind of get that sense coming from it. And again, it doesn't look like there are glass shards in it. It looks like there may have been stained glass on the wooden door at some point, but has since kind of shattered and crackled and seems like the wood itself is pulling them in.
And that's the second door, which is not open.
Correct. That is the one that also has the iron bars nailing it shut that have been kind of warped and pushed on trying to get the door open. And the
Oh.
third door is a fairly simple door, but it seems very well taken care of.
Real quick, we have a few people in this party well accustomed to using force to get places where they shouldn't be. Does it look like those iron bars are warped by the efforts of like people trying to invade this lair and break in, or by a dragon trying to get through?
It very much looks like the door is it's something it's trying to get in rather than out. Because
Mhm.
there's besides the broken glass, there's no damage on this side. So you presume it's something trying to push it this way.
So
Like from our side, trying to push it.
No, from the other side trying to get to
Oh.
where you are.
Oh, okay.
oh,
I'm cool with not touching that.
Like it seems like it's either keeping something in there or out of here, but it's something doesn't want to be on that side of the
did
door.
we notice from the outside somewhere that door would be on like connecting elsewhere, or does it look like it is going further into the ground?
Which one? All of them?
The second one. Like, does it seem like
Well, we came in from
You
the
are-
sea.
You
That's
are
true,
all
we came in from the
far enough
ocean.
down that unless this is one big ass staircase or tunnel, these just lead further into the stone.
Diggergon looks at the dragon. What is behind the other doors? Just smiling.
Things that no one should really get to anymore. If you would like to roll a persuasion, you can try to get more out of him, but that's all he willingly gives you.
Persuasion, you say?
To shreds, you say.
That's a 24.
Damn.
Come on! We're buddies! You tried to kill us! Come on! What's up?
Oh, you're the one. You're like that. Like the one who's like, yeah, no, this is totally fine. I'm afraid I can't do this for you. Oh, my leg! I definitely hurt it here. I might need to go get more attention. Okay, fine. Like,
Like I slipped at the McDonald's.
yeah, you slipped at the McDonald's, and now you're like, he's like,
Man,
you
now I
can't.
can't. Now
You can't have a free ice cream. Oh, my knee hurts so bad.
I might have to have my lawyer pick me up.
Oh, ow, my dragon bite wounds.
Sorry, babe. What's the result of a 24?
He
Kills you.
he nods to the door in the middle and he tells you it leads to worlds one should not get to. The things that are there also don't want to be there.
Like a prison of bad
No.
things.
Or like a hell.
Like a hell? Is it to hell? Is that the door to hell?
It is a door that you can't control where it takes you.
Ah. Then how do you know that the things on the other side don't want to be there? What if they went
That
somewhere?
door has not always been locked.
Okay.
And
Well,
he kind of turns and he motions to the third door and he says, and that is not my door to open.
Is it mine?
No.
Oh,
do you
are you sure?
know who?
Can I try?
Now here is my question: do you know whose door it is, or just you know that it is not yours?
I know whose door it is. It is not mine to use.
I see. I see.
Can I try?
Whose door is it?
Oh, yes.
Because obviously, if
old
it's not his
friend.
door, if it's not his door to open, it's not his door to give us permission to open. So
Yeah.
I'm just asking.
It
You
used to
know?
belong to an old friend.
Oh. Condolences.
The past tense is very telling here. I am sorry for bringing up all of this shit. We are very curious to a fault, and it has made us, some might say, a nuisance.
Amelia leans over to Zarkra like, the dragon could still change its mind, couldn't it?
Oh, most definitely. But I believe we have an accord and an understanding. And so long as neither of us violates our end of the agreement, I trust that he will honorably keep to it. We should do the same.
Point of order. The brothers don't know anything about this accord, right?
Um,
Oh, no, we
think-
did talk about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Zarkra moose telepathied.
yeah,
like,
and on the ship,
yeah.
I was offering like to find.
And then
the
when we
ways.
showed up, I assume you were like, yeah, we've reached an accord. So we
Yeah,
knew
you
there
guys
is an accord.
continued talking about it with the dragon when you came of like, this is the deal.
That's right. Then yeah, I'm gonna walk in that door that we're
Yeah.
allowed to walk into.
Yeah.
Hello, treasure. Man, I wish everyone who tried to kill us and then didn't offer us this much cool shit.
Where would you put it all?
In a bag
The last sentient beings that tried to kill us
are
did
dead.
end up giving us a very cool crossbow.
No, you stole a crossbow from them. They wanted it back.
Sure. Well, they gave it to us by omission, by lack of ability to not do it.
Yeah, that is called you stole it from them. I'm saying I like this, like, and also that was a crossbow. This is like a whole bunch of Trough.
No, I for sure.
You are being silly.
I'm being a bit silly. I'm just so happy as I
That is,
like rolls around on the floor next to the scrolls.
I hope you dried off before you got next to the paper scrolls.
I did.
Right, as you guys step through the door, you are met with this, for what has been a very, like, it's very much been a cave underwater. It is suddenly like a mausoleum museum, just grand. You have all these like hand done tiles that are spread out across the floor with large bookcases, and each stand has like a polished glass over different artifacts. Any of the sculptures and mannequins seem cared for, and not in like you'll see it at a shop, but as if somebody kind of took like a marble statue and then used it as a mannequin.
Mm. I see.
There is in the center of this well kept and well organized hoard a large round terrarium sitting in the center that looks like somebody has just kind of taken a piece of rainforest and put it in here.
When you say large, are we talking about like takes up most of the center of the room, or?
Like, when you go to an aquarium and there's like this weird circular tank that's usually for like jellyfish?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can like it's like the room is kind of a walkway around it.
Yeah, there's still like it's still a large, like it's still a fairly big room. It doesn't take up most of it, but like it's not small. You notice it the moment you walk in. You're just
Like
like,
a
oh,
column.
Okay, like
yeah,
big enough to be a central display.
it's front and center.
Nice.
Hmm.
Zarkra's never
Wild.
seen an environment like that before. The closest she's come is the well-tended gardens at Lilia's monastery. This is foliage like to an extent and of a kind that she's not familiar with. So I think she'll just kind of like stop in front of it and stare for a few moments.
Duka, that is the biggest fucking leaf I have ever seen.
But there are a lot of these little
Pretty.
blue crystalline looking things that are in the tank, and Zarkra, as you do look at it, kind of you kind of take a few minutes to kind of take it in, because it is like it's beautifully done. You can feel kind of the warmth and the mist and stuff that is stuck to the glass in certain parts, and you realize that those little blue crystals are moving, and one of them is angry.
Oh,
What the fuck?
You inside of this terrarium are all of these little blue crystalline snails.
What the
And
fuck?
as you guys are kind of taking a gander at it, though, you see a humanoid figure kind of come to the side and open a little glass panel and take one out and throws it in their mouth, and just they're very finicky and they're very hard to keep, but they're very tasty.
What are
Is
they?
is this you say a humanoid person?
Mhm.
Hell, hold on. That's a
is this
person.
the dragon or is
Is
this
this the
someone
door?
new? Do we know?
Is this the person from the door?
It looks exactly like the person from the door, and when you turn around, because the door is person sized, it's not like the dragon would
Ah,
not
fuck.
fit. You realize the dragon is not on the other side of the door anymore.
Shit. I've pieced it together.
What are they? She asks the dragon.
Oh, I haven't found any other. I found a few off of a ship. Most of them died. I managed to get a few to survive, but I haven't found any more of them. Nobody that I've seen has seemed to have answers, but yeah. Sometimes you have to treat yourself to a nice little delicacy.
That is what we had. We've probably eaten all of the corpse honey. I mean the spicy honey by
Would you like
now.
to try one?
Does that count as my one item if I say yes?
No.
Then yes.
He kind of takes another one of the smaller ones and he hands it to you. The moment it hits your hand, you realize this snail has fangs and it tries to bite you. It doesn't hurt or anything, but it is kind of like when like a puppy tries to chew and you're a kitten is trying to chew and you're like, this I don't like this, but you're so cute. Please stop.
I see. There is much fight in this small snail. None yet have bit me and lived, however. You will not be the first snail.
It hurts because you realize it's not that it looks like crystals. These are crystals. You just bit into a rock that
Yeah,
is
it's not
shaped
rock
like
candy.
So you're like, I
Hold
didn't
on.
need
Oh,
that
God.
tooth. I didn't need all of it.
Hang on. I would like to roll I'd like to roll like I don't know, strength or con.
It's a straight check.
Can I?
I'll let you roll a con. Are you gonna try to eat it anyway?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because your bite force is really big. I think it's more about tooth durability. Con seems fitting.
It's a 17.
No, you try. You're like, no, no, hang on. And you try again, and you try to bite down on it, and you feel that kind of crunch. And you're just like, that's not giving way. My tooth's not giving way. I'd like to keep my teeth, but it does not, and it's not happy about being in your mouth, and it's a weird feeling.
Kyoto's
You're
getting
just
khaki bug man.
by a little crystalline slug.
Hold on. Hold on. I must stay true to my word. And he's going to just like swallow it whole like a pill.
Roll me a 1d4.
1.
You take 1 damage as this thing cuts up your mouth on the way down.
Use that to activate your blood right and
I've
lining him in your esophagus.
I've eaten too many chips and had that happen.
Yeah.
My heart goes out to you, man.
I mean, I don't even need to use lightning. I'm just going to wash it down with Kafka and it's going to die.
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
There we go. That was bad. It was a rock.
The
Yeah.
first
the
time
fla-
Kafka's
what-
ever been used as a chaser.
Was the flavor still good or was it just a rock?
It had like a sweet taste to it, like when you weren't tasting your own blood. Well, you didn't taste your blood, but just like from crunching into it, you're just like, that's not right. But it did taste faintly sweet. You imagine to a dragon or something that would eat things like this, it was probably like a rock candy to him, but as a snail.
I see. So for me, it was just I
A
tried to
rock.
I tried to bite the lollipop before it had dissolved enough for that to be viable.
Yeah.
And then I said, fuck it, and I swallowed the lollipop whole.
Yeah.
I see. Well, I'm glad that was a learning experience. Thank you for letting me try your rock snail.
Most who aren't, well, dragons usually steer clear of it. I wanted to see what you were going to do.
Swallow it whole.
He does. He kind of laughs his own amusement of like, that was worth it. That was
The
funny.
dragon pranked Kyoto.
Yeah.
Cool.
That was for hitting him with the glaive.
Would you like some Kafka?
I'm good, thank you.
So, like, did all of this stuff come from, like, ship sinkings, or is this side of the collection pre-naval conflict?
Yes and no. Some of them have been gifts, some of them have been offerings of peace after they've
Mm,
fucked up. Some of them are from ships that either someone else has sunk, or I have sunk, but off the bottom of the ocean regardless.
Yeah, I'll stroll around and I'll look at the various marble statue mannequins and the equipped gear on them. And it looks like some of it was damaged, of course, right?
Hmm. Well, a lot of the like if they've had like cuts and dents and damage and stuff to it like that stuff remains to it, but it does seem like he keeps it dusted and polished. Like he keeps it refined and looking nice, but he doesn't want to erase the
story
on it.
Yeah,
I think
the
I'm
story is
literally.
important to him.
I think I'm walking behind, waiting for Duca to just identify everything.
As soon as Dukagon saw a magical bookshelf full of books and scrolls, he went over, sat down, and is like speed reading through every book and scroll as fast as he can because he knows he can only take one with him.
Yeah.
Never mind. I will do this the old-fashioned way. Mm.
He kind of watches as you guys sort of take notice of the different, the different things around. Of like, of course, Zarkra gravitating towards the armor and Duca to the books and things. And he the figure kind of drags his fingers along one of like the jewelry glass cases, like like it has all the different things in it, and he kind of slides his hand over it and taps over one spot, and he does go, I think one of you two, pointing at Lily and Zarkra, would be interested in these here, as he points at a set of rings.
I will wander over and inspect them.
Rings. Oh yes. Okay.
Yeah. Which you guys have read the thing on it. But as he,
Indeed, yes, but for the stream's
yeah,
edification.
it's like it's a set of technically 3 rings. 2 of them are welded together. The 2 welded, one is completely plain, like a plain band. The other has kind of like a weird little geometric design on it, and those 2 are joined together. And then there's a third ring that is split half and half between the 2 designs, and he kind of he kind of steps to let you take a look at it through the glass, and yeah. The both of you seemed more than willing and able to sacrifice yourself for the other, and this, I suppose, would make that easier should you so choose. And he does explain to you that how these rings work is that you do have whoever wears the conjoined pair, should they break the rings apart, the wearer of the other ring will switch uh, your health with the person. So if somebody is if someone is down to 1 HP and the rings are broken, that 1 HP suddenly becomes the other person, sacrificing themselves for the life of the other.
That is
See.
very wholesome.
It would be.
I don't think I could let you wear something like that.
When it comes to matters of vitality, I have means of restoring my own. It wouldn't necessarily be a death sentence, just a way perhaps of keeping everyone in the fight a little longer. I'm not entirely sold on it myself, but it's something to consider, and if I do take it, I don't want you taking that as any sort of consignment to fate on my part. I intend to keep fighting for a while yet. And thank you for bringing this to our attention.
It is amazing.
I did have a question for you, something I'm curious about, and I say this with the promise that I don't have any intention to make my selection based on the information. What in here represents a victory that you're most proud of? If you're willing to part with a story for free, for that's what I'm most interested in here.
I suppose that hinges on what you would consider a great victory.
I think I'm more curious in your own estimation of such matters. I know I, for one, would count what the two of us have accomplished here as a victory, ending this without further bloodshed, both of us coming away with something positive.
He seems to kind of think for a moment and glance around the room, because you realize that he has the stories behind everything in here. It is lifetimes upon lifetimes in one room, and he kind of stops and his eyes lock on, and he walks over to the hey brain.
Mm.
Blech. I didn't put it on because I didn't think about it. Oh god. Oh right, that was the thing on Tuesday. I'm sorry. But he kind of
Right?
yeah, he kind of stops and he brings you over towards the jewelry case again. And he seems to be going like looking through it like he's looking for something in particular. And he spots it and he pulls the glass up and ow. I always forget there's antlers there. He pulls out a single coin and he doesn't take his eyes off of it, but he does place it in your palm to take a look at. And he says that I suppose by those standards, this would be the greatest victory that I've had in my time. When you kind of look at the coin, it very much is kind of like the coins you saw over by his nest that was outside, where it doesn't look like a currency that you've ever seen before. Like it's either not a currency at all, or it's from somewhere you're not aware of. But it's like it doesn't look like something refined. It looks like it was like messily melted down and printed. And he tells you that this was the first addition to my horde as a very young small dragon, which is I'm not even sure how long ago that is anymore, to be honest. It leaves I suppose it leaves a bittersweet taste in my mouth, the coin itself. It was my first addition to the horde when I was finally free from those who kept me as a young dragon.
Kept you.
Yes. There are some places who have forced dragons, I suppose, into the same place as you would a horse. But very rarely of their own will.
Lelia starts to
Yikes.
make like a comforting move towards the dragon and then like remembers it's a dragon and is like, oh, never mind.
It's also a person right now, looking like
Oh
it's
right.
just like
Yeah, but like that's probably why she lets her
Lilia
guard
does
down
have
a little
advantage
bit.
on romance checks.
really. It's not the bard who's gonna seduce the dragon.
You're not gonna seduce the dragon. You're gonna romance the dragon.
Yeah,
That's fair.
that genuinely makes her sad. She definitely feels that, and she wants to convey that to the dragon, but she realizes touching probably not the best option right now.
Yeah, I mean, Zarkra's definitely like, she's feeling sad and angry about this as well. Like, this is a situation of the more she learns about this creature, the more she learns he's suffered.
But he does take the coin from your hand, and you realize the reason it doesn't look like a pristine, like mint coin is because it seems to have been singed and melted partially. As he places it back in the cabinet, says, "But at least that's oceans away now, so no need to worry on it."
Well, that answers my next question. I was going to ask if you wanted to add that person to the list of people we're hunting down for a second.
they
but,
are.
you know.
I doubt they are still alive.
They weren't alive when I left. I made sure of that.
Hell yeah,
Good.
bro. You know, sometimes you just have to kill your problems.
And he kind of chuckles at you. I was like, "That's why I took his Medal of Honor," and that's what you realize that is it was a melted like metal.
Military honor.
Yeah,
Fuck.
from oceans away in a country you've never heard of.
Fantastic.
I think I'm gonna seduce this dragon. Holy shit.
Lelia does it won't be on purpose.
So I am not casting Identify, but in the little snippet for this amulet, it does still say that you feel uneasy when you look at it.
Mhm.
I think I'm going to, like, as all this is happening, I've kind of wandered over and I'm like, yeah. What? I'm just gonna pick it up. Like, I think I'm just gonna try and pick it up.
It's in a glass, like, you know when you go to a museum and there's like an artifact with a glass case around it?
Yeah, yeah.
Like they're in spy movies, they have the glass case with the one gem. That's what it's in. So there's
I
no
mean, I
like
assume there's a
reaching.
way to, like, lift off the lid or something.
You can try. It might
I
not go
mean,
well for you.
I think I'm gonna, like, if I can't find a way to open it, like, obviously, I'm gonna be like, I do
No,
not
'cause
know.
you can open it, but like when you start to like lift up the glass on it, you can kind of feel an agitation from behind you. Like you feel him staring into your back because you're just like starting to like.
That's what I was saying, though. It's like, if I meet any resistance of trying to get to this thing, I'm just gonna be like, I have a question.
Yes.
This amulet makes me feel sick to look at. I would like it. I guess that's not the question. I think I want to pick this one. I do not know what it does, but it makes me feel deeply uncomfortable to look at it. And that appeals to me because that is just how I roll, I guess. Unless you have a good unless you'd like to tell me that it's cursed or something and I should not have it. But like I'm leaning towards this one.
If that is the piece that you wish, you may take it.
Well,
You are not going to have it for long if you do, though.
what does that mean?
I was told I have kept it under lock and key for a while now, but I was told those who bear it live short, terrible lives.
And that is without any specifics?
That is all.
That is very cryptic.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
I know you enjoy a challenge, Fyodor, but this might be unwise.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
In character.
Yeah. This is very. He's just like.
Mm.
I.
I will
Like
say
ears
you,
go down.
Fyodor specifically, you feel like you do feel a very strange, uncomfortable kind of pull towards it from that whatever that thing is that you draw your magic from. It likes
Doka.
it.
Doka.
Mm.
In Goblin, I'm going to say the thing that lives inside me wants this amulet. Just but like in Goblin.
Dukigan has been mumbling under his breath. just like formulas and numbers and shit. And he's like pops out of his like stupor. He's like, what? Who? What? What? I walk over to the amulet and I'm gonna cast Identify on it.
You get that same like gut something is very wrong, like
Ugh.
it's just everything about it is not okay and you can't quite figure out why. And you do, as you try to cast the spell on it, every time it starts to go, it's like all of that magic and attention is forced off of it. It refuses to let you cast anything with
What
it
the
or on it.
fuck?
Well,
What the fuck?
here is the thing. I don't like being told what to do by, and this is all still in Goblin because I don't. I assume the dragon might know what's going on, but like just in case,
Okay.
I'm gonna be like just in Goblin. It's like I don't like the fact that it's wanting things, but like I have like I'm pretty fucking curious of what this thing wants, right? Like I feel like
Mm.
you know what I mean.
It does not want to
Out
be
of
looked
character.
at.
I'm so
What
curious. I
what
want
do
you
you
to
mean?
take it out of character.
What do you mean it doesn't want to be looked at?
So like my Identify spell
Right.
is sort of bouncing off of it. It is sort of
I
like light hitting a mirror. I cannot
Can I
hit it.
try to see using my blood hunter shit if this is related to fiends or whatever?
Fey
If
fiend or
this is
undead.
related to fey fiends or undead?
Okay. Is that, I don't remember if that's a roll, if that's a thing that just happens.
It is a I get advantage on rolls
Mm.
to
Dude.
either
It's history or investigation or
in
something.
it is uh any intelligence ability check to get information about them. Or
Okay.
wisdom checks to track them.
If it's those three things, or one of the three, the Fey, Fiend, Undead,
Those are the three that I can do. No?
it does not.
It does not register as any of those things. Um, can we try like an Arcana or something to see why a spell might not, like why Identify doesn't work?
Yeah, I try an Arcana check.
Can I
Yeah.
help with the Arcana check?
You cannot help with it, but you can roll an Arcana.
Shit. I was gonna say because if I described how weird it feels, because hang on, can I commune with the thing inside me and be like, okay, hold on, everybody, I'm going to meditate. I'm just gonna like just very casually stand there like a person psyching themselves up, just like, oh, what the fuck do you want? What the fuck is this?
I'm gonna cast guidance as I try to Arcana investigate. I'm gonna cast guidance as I think back, and I'm like mind palace, trying to recollect anything.
Can I essentially try to
Holy
do that
shit.
instead to see if that does something else? Because I don't have good Arcana.
It doesn't matter. I rolled 32.
Jesus
Wow.
Christ.
That's 2 lower than the maximum I could have gotten.
32, that is
Oh,
wild. You're like,
I've got level Arcana.
you kind of again, it's still in this case, and because he seems he doesn't say anything, but you can feel he doesn't want you futzing with the case. Like he's like, don't open it, don't take your hands off the glass. I just cleaned them, please. But as you you try to get a sense of it, you realize that no, what is what's the word I was in? I had everything up earlier, and now I was like, I don't need it anymore. I read that shit.
hmm?
But apparently, I didn't read that shit.
Uh-oh.
Because I have no memory.
I have no memory of this place. You at all places.
Yeah, you realize that the reason that you can't get identify to work, though, like it just seems to kind of roll on, is it's not just identify. Any kind of like divination seems to just roll off of it. Like
Oh
kind of like with
shit.
the two magnets, the two ways, like they can't, like it just kind of hits it and roll like it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can I ask the thing inside me what it is and what it wants? Like like why do you want this? What the fuck are you doing? Like, don't be making weird plays at shit. But like in a meditative way.
Explain yourself.
Like, do you want me to make like an insight on myself or a religion check or
You'll have to roll insight, but you're going to have to take the time, kind of like you did last time, to kind of sit down and essentially tune out and go into yourself to try to communicate with it.
I'll do that. I'll give that a shot.
I'm going to need you to roll me two things.
Now, you said insight.
Insight is one of them.
Okay. Not religion.
Correct.
Fuck. I have a 0 in wisdom, but I do have
And-
insight, so.
Second, I need you to roll a con save.
Oh god, Jesus fuck. Don't fuck up.
Go fuck up. How are the ladies?
I'm good. I'm really invested in
Yeah.
this.
Lilia is distracted. Something very pretty caught her eye.
There's several pretty. Do you care to elaborate?
Well, I mean, she's not big on like jewels and stuff, but let me make sure. Oh crap. Yeah, on the mannequins in the room, right? This is the same room with the glass case and everything. Okay, I want to make sure I
It's
wasn't
all
getting that wrong.
one big room.
Gotcha. Okay. She sees some robes
Mm-hmm.
that she likes them.
Like the moment your eye catches it, and you realize that you all realize on kind of like a second glance that the mannequin it is on looks like it is an old but very finely carved essentially statue of the dragon as a person. He's a little vain. Just a little. But
Would be too if I was that pretty.
Excellent sculpting skill, though.
I was like, he just as a person is, you're just like, he's hot. He is. We're gonna leave it at that.
Love it.
question.
I was gonna draw him, but I'll send him later. Answer.
One, how would you feel about getting a sculpture of me for our house? Also, two,
She'll do
did
you one
Duca?
better
I
and
feel like I
make
would have
it.
told Duca when I was drawing this shit. Do you want to give me any bardic inspiration or guidance or anything? If I like said, hey, I'm
You-
about to go talk to my
I was doing the
voices.
Arcana check
Hello,
Oh,
dark
when
oh,
you
this
went
is
to go
happening.
do
That's
it.
true. That's true.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that is a good thing that I rolled super fucking well. So I got a 17 on the insight,
On the inside. Okay.
and then I got a nat 20 on the con save.
Okay.
Which would,
Oh.
if you need it to be a real number and not a nat 20 means I win, that
Yeah.
would make it a 26.
Okay. And I was like, yeah, I need the final number. I don't care if you rolled a nat 20.
Wow.
Unless it's combat. If it's outside of combat, though,
Yeah.
that does not
Wow.
automate success.
I know. I just,
Yeah.
sometimes I was just, if you respected the d20 or not. I just,
No.
I mean, any world that has a 5% chance of the impossible happening kind of
Hey.
breaks my immersion a little bit.
Hey, I'm not saying go for the impossible. I'm saying don't let me fuck up again because I got punched in the face by my own patron last time I tried this.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
fair. That's
you
fair.
did.
So that's a 17 insight and a 26 con save.
Okay. So, as you kind of take that time, or wait, we're gonna do Lilia first, and then we'll get into your emotional issues.
Wonderful.
Oh my
The
god!
issue is they're not my emotions anymore.
Oh my god, that was beautiful. Oh, I love it.
Lily, you've noticed these robes, and every one of you who has seen it, like every now and again, your gaze just kind of is just like, okay, but like I want to see it again. Like that, damn. Like it's very nice. And Lily, you particularly seem to have been kind of drawn to it, and it does have these very fine, soft silks that it's just there's no weight to it. They drape over the form almost perfectly, and it seems like everything about it just seems perfect. Kind of like when sometimes you'll see some people will see like a hot person, they're just like, I would do anything for that. Like, have you seen what they look like? Damn. And
Well,
it just so it's like even towards the statue it's on, you're just like, damn.
I want to fuck that mannequin.
Not even necessarily like that,
No,
but
I
it's
know.
just
I
kind of
know.
yeah, but it's just
would
like
would me asking what color they are be like me asking for a name for a character suddenly? Uh,
it's very like it's very brightly colored in it, but it does have a lot of like different like floral and uh like it has like different florals and flowers. It also has these like different bamboos and like it's
Ooh.
each piece of fabric is its own work of art. And it just like you don't know what it is and you can't figure out why, but it's just so damn pretty. But also that would be so damn hard to fight in. Because you got all that material, and if you move it, you're gonna catch your arm in it. But like beauty is pain and suffering. But damn, would you look good in that?
Plus flower petals.
It's on theme.
Yeah, she's probably like starry-eyed looking at these things. Like just oh my goodness, so beautiful. I was in a mouth earlier. I felt disgusting. Look at this beautiful robe. Yeah, no, yeah. She's she's very much liking that.
All
And
right, so now Fyodor's trauma. Nice.
Let's
Yeah, I
go.
think I imagine like I don't care that the dragon's watching it this, but like this one I'm just like, okay, hold on, what the fuck is it? And I'm just going to like in front of the amulet that it's like yelling at me. And I'm like, hold on. I'm gonna take like a And
And
I'm used to ignoring the people around me talking.
it takes you a moment to kind of start to tune everything out and clear out your head and kind of allow that connection back to it that you had managed to scrape together beforehand. And you feel this kind of heavy, cold kind of weight sitting, like sinking down on top. Kind of like if you were to get stuck in an avalanche, you just feel that cold weight just kind of pressing and pushing down on you, both physically and emotionally. And it's just, you seem to quickly be getting tired as you kind of open your eyes both outside and inside, and you take a look around, and it's that same bright white light in this black space that seems to be sharing the same shape as you. And it is standing behind you with one hand placed on one of your shoulders and another one pointing straight out in front of it. And it doesn't say anything, but you get this like feeling as it seeps from it into you, as it seems something about this amulet has this overwhelming sense that is very much like it has this kind of sense of sadness and dread and despair.
Device depairing.
Like, but like there is some kind, this whatever this amulet thing is seems to draw into a concentration of just horrible, like, luck and instant, like it's if you just took all the trauma and you put it in this little thing and we're like, here, and you're just like, but
Shit.
it seems to love what that thing is giving off, that kind of unease, that sinking feeling in your stomach, that knot in the throat. It feels like being near both it and this amulet feels like you are constantly in a state of grief and loss.
Holy shit.
You're
And
not
you are
you're not
suddenly
very
woken
talkative,
back
are
up.
you?
You turn to say that though, but you are suddenly still kneeling in this room.
I imagine at some point during that reflective conversation inside of myself, did I start to like shadow leak?
Your body itself does not, but the people around you can see your own shadow seems to kind of be like lifting up from the ground beneath you a little bit. Like it almost seems like it's trying to creep up you and like swallow you, but it doesn't quite make it.
Fedya, Fedya, what
Hmm.
are Fedya?
A far off memory, like a distant, like along a stream. Lost stream, like a far off memory.
Oh,
The
you're finally
Kingdom
awake.
Hearts is darkness. Kingdom Hearts is light. Doesn't he sink into his shadow at one point, Sora?
Multiple times. It's a
Excellent.
recurring motif.
Excellent. Fedya is Fyodora. Kingdom Hearts, Fyodora. Not a Fedora. Fyodor Sora.
As you
Anti-Sora. But yeah, I come to as he's like, Fedya, I'm like, huh, fuck.
But as you come to, you still feel that lingering kind of depression weighing down on you, but it's not near as intense as it was last time. You were more prepared for it, and you're able to kind of keep yourself together.
Fun fact, that's how it works in real life too. You just kind of get used to it.
I know. I'm well aware.
He's kind of stand up. He's like, "What? Why were you yelling? I was not even. What's all the yelling about?"
We were floating, which is new.
They're not floating, but their shadows seem to be trying to like crawl up them.
You were uh you were like shadow y, but not awake. It was very
Mm.
consumptive and concerning.
Hmm. I really wish this thing would fucking talk, like at all.
Have you tried seeing a therapist?
The dragon say that?
Yeah.
Does the dragon say anything about the fact that my shadow was climbing me?
That's all he says. He is like, he's just kind of standing a few feet back watching it. And again, you guys are like, you had the issue with the shadow and everything else. And he just, you should try therapy.
I mean, so it didn't say anything? You didn't get anything out of it?
It pointed forward. So like it pointed at the amulet.
Mm-hmm.
It pointed at the amulet.
Okay.
And it was more of a sense, a feeling of awareness. It did not communicate in any meaningful way, but I did register that they have a similar, like, mopey despair vibe.
Hmm.
They kind
Okay.
of they kind of click in that way. They are very
Hold on a second. You guys can keep role playing real quick. Vivi's about to tear up the carpet under the door again. So
Oh,
I'm
that's
gonna
no
go
good.
fight her.
So it appears that the amulet has a similar emotional frequency to the shadow magic. Which, I mean, does mean that I think I need the fucking cursed amulet, but
Well, okay. Hmm. Maybe.
well, think about it. What if it makes my magic stronger?
Hmm. Could make magic stronger. It could, but as we have said, your magic is not under entirely your own purview.
Hmm. This is true.
So if the increase in power is corresponds to who owns the power, then your power will not increase. The shadow beings will,
Hmm.
which perhaps is useful, but
But hear me
there
out.
are implications. Yes, of course.
There is also the possibility that getting the amulet at once is like a bribe. It is like an appeasement. It is a compromise. Like a I did not realize. It really
Quid
you
pro
should
quo.
like a quid pro quo. Like I will get you the creepy doom amulet if you let me.
Oh, when you call it Doom Amulet, now I want it.
It
Fuck.
is. It definitely felt. I mean, the dragon literally said it would make your life short and terrible. But like you
Yeah.
know, Babushka said the same thing about just life in general.
I mean, the same is true of Kafka, and so like,
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure. Like that is my whole thing. Is that
if anyone,
I would say
and if
philosophically, I think that all life is short, terrible. So I feel like it's just. I feel like it is.
Fyodor
If
is
any,
Leviathan.
if it is meant to be worn by anyone,
You need to try to live longer.
I mean, we're going to try to live forever. We are completely reckless with our ambitions, but like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yukigan is gonna put his hand on Fyodor's arm. He's going to look him dead in the eyes. Brother,
that.
I trust you. I will support you in whatever decision you make. Today, we almost lost everyone. And in Goblin, I was afraid. And I hated it. I will never feel afraid again. Do with that what you will. And I go
The
back
dragon will respond to you back in Goblin.
to be motherfucker.
He's known the whole time.
Yeah, yeah.
You fuck.
He responds back to you in Goblin.
I
and
swear at him in Goblin.
He assures you, he says, "Fear is your body keeping you alive. I wouldn't get rid of it so
Fear is my body
quickly."
holding me back.
My body
grumpily go
keeps it.
back to the
I say
bookshelf.
my body keeps itself alive through, just sheer spite.
So did he. And he points at the Goliath with the gaping hole through the center.
Fuck. We can't out intimidate this thing.
No, I'm not trying to. I mean, I'm going to get the thing. It resonates with my magic, and I think, if nothing else, I don't wear it yet. But it gives us a way to study the power outside of, me letting it kind of do things. If we can find the correlation, or perhaps, we figure out things that work on that amulet and then have them work on the thing. You know what I mean? Like, it gives us an outside. Yeah. I'm not going to wear it until I feel like I can, handle the situation, but I think I'm going to take it. And I turn to the dragon. You're very clearly not wanting us to open the case, but if I open the case and then leave with it, it is no longer in your house. So
You may take it. Take it as you leave. I do not want it loose in my caves.
perfectly reasonable. We do not want to have a doom amulet fucking loose and rolling around.
Do we have a container for it, like among our
Please
belongings?
note that once it leaves that case, there is nothing protecting you from what might seek it out.
That is totally fine. This
All
is
right.
fine. I'm not going to read into that any further.
Suit yourself.
Oh, well, okay. Wait, was it? Okay.
Wait, did you just say something out like is hunting it?
I was asked to hide it for a reason.
Hey, way to fucking bury the lead here with not bringing that up first when we asked
I
what it
did.
fucking does. You didn't say it was
Maybe.
hunted.
I said I don't know what it is, but I was told to hide it.
You told that it would cause life to be short and terrible. You did not say
Yes.
something external is actively hunting it.
That's usually why things get hidden.
No.
Yes.
I
I feel
mean,
like there
things
are some
also get
leaps in
hidden because
implication.
they're too powerful for most people to do. They're too valuable.
Yes,
They're
I just assumed the amulet would kill you with its own magic, but if something's hunting, perhaps it's you who are hunting it, Fyodor, if you feel this pull.
Maybe it is me that is hunting
Things
it.
don't tend to survive.
And you just
here.
won.
I win. There we go. Thank you, Zakra. It is I who was hunting it.
I'm sorry. I needed a clarification real quick. Is it the amulet itself that I can't detect, or is it anything in this glass case? Is the glass
amulet.
case stopping divination? Okay, it is the amulet. Okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
Well, if the amulet
The
is immune to
glass
divination,
case,
then how are
you
they going to hunt you?
realize the
That's
glass
true.
case is what kept the magic of the amulet contained,
Mm-hmm.
but the amulet itself, divination slides off of.
Gotcha. So the
so
case
then-
the case is the reason that it's not leaking doom into the room.
Yes.
Gloom and Doom up in his room.
Fyodor's lab.
Yeah, the case is for his own safety, but the thing itself is the no divination magic.
Gotcha.
Why don't you just give us the case then? If you don't have this cursed amulet to contain, why don't you just let us take case?
You guys know what the glass case looks like? Do you
No,
not know what
I missed.
Hold on.
Like real big?
Yeah, like it is a glass stand. Like it's
probably
it's
like museum style, like
know-
pillar glass thing is kind of what I
Like
was
a Mission
picturing.
Impossible
Yeah.
situation. Like it's a
That's-
full fucking
Oh.
Yeah, a lot of
Okay.
people have like
Has
glass
early
cases
curves.
in their house
Gotcha,
for collector's
gotcha. I
items,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
I was
are
thinking like the
you can
Rose in
carry,
Beauty
like
and the
a fish
Beast.
tank.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
it's like you go to a museum and you have, it has like the different artifacts in a big stand with the glass case of
Okay.
like do not
Joe
touch.
comprendo. Joe
Yeah.
comprendo.
Yeah, like a jewelry store sized fucking case. For sure, for sure. Well, that is my choice. I don't know. I imagine, Lilia, you have been drooling over that dress for like at least every last time I checked.
I was actually gonna say, as she's like looking at the dress and like reaches up almost to like touch it and stuff, she probably sees the scrapes on her hands or like the roughed up part of her like fur from where they were fighting the dragon and stuff and like climbing up out of the water, doing all this stuff. And she also sees out of the corner of her eye in one of the cases some brass knuckles. Um so yeah, she's like keeps like she's curious about them, but she's also like yes, drooling over these robes. So
You seem torn. Perhaps I can assist in your decision making?
well, these are beautiful and they make me happy and other people seem to enjoy looking at them. I think that's one of the great things about flowers. But we seem to be running into a lot of situations where I need to use these a little more, she says as she holds up her hands and then she's like, and not for caring for plants or people. Um, what do
Roses
these do?
roses have thorns for a reason. Said what do the knuckles do?
She points at them because she's like these are interesting. But yeah, no, when he says that, she's like, that's true. And then she asks,
He
what do they do?
yeah. They are certainly a more brutish option to the robes, of course, but if you're going to be getting in scraps, quite useful. Though I suppose it's up to you whether the bite back is worth it or not, but
Fight
I
back?
find them quite fun. The magic in them is a bit unstable.
Relatable.
Fyodor, what's that like? No, I'm just kidding. She doesn't say that. She makes mental note though.
They have quite the punch behind them, for lack of a better word, I suppose, to it. You don't really have much control or choice over what kind of damage it's going to do, but might help you get out a couple scraps. However, that's a lot of magic going on in the palm of your hand. It can sting a little. You're welcome to try them if you'd like. As he opens the case and takes the pair of them out and kind of holds them out to you to put on if you'd like.
I think she looks at them and she thinks about everything that he just said and then looks at Sarkra and like not focusing but acknowledging the fact that her friend lost her arm in combat. Like
Yeah.
and then looks at the
Zarka definitely
robes and
notices her looking and kind of shifts a little bit, like not wanting to show that she's uncomfortable, but like realizes that some things are running through her friend's mind, and
and
well, you've
she
traveled with her long enough to know she's gonna realize
yeah. And it's not like a like oh
something.
that's a bad thing. It's more like a she looks between the two and then she looks at the robes and she goes, I think maybe we need more of this and like motions towards the robes.
Suit yourself.
I
And he
think my friends have The rest covered.
My friends are my thorns.
Yeah.
Thorns in my side. I'm sorry. Lily would never. She's too wholesome.
It is true though.
I'm a
she knows.
bourbon.
No, they're
Me.
great.
I
They'll
like how
kick
she's
someone's
like
ass
there's
for
so
me.
much. She's like, there's so much violence and danger in the world, and I need to just be something better. And I'm like, this thing radiates hatred and sadness, and I'm going to put it in my pocket.
But he places the brass knuckles back into the cabinet, like the glass table cabinet, and he goes, power often comes at a price, and sometimes it's not one we are willing to pay. And that is perfectly acceptable.
I do still think they're cool though.
Are the robes your choice then?
If that's okay, I would love to try them on and I think that it'll be a perfect fit.
And he just kind of nods, and he takes the robes off of it, and you are glad that while it was carved like, it's still a mannequin and not a full statue. He didn't just expose a nude statue of himself.
Oh, thank God.
He just takes the robes off, and he kind of nicely like folds them, and he hands them to you, and they are very light and soft. Like, this is like, you're like, I have never touched something this fine before. You're like, ah.
Lilia is very much enjoying the way the robes feel, but at the same time, I think that her eyes linger on the statue. She's not sure why, just like, wait, what are we doing? Yeah,
You're gonna like it when I finally finish the sketch of him.
huh? She's like, what?
Trough, you'll also like the sketch.
I can't wait to see it. That's coming from Amos. No, yes, this is great. She's excited. I don't know what the fuck is happening with her eyes right now, but
I don't know. Your eyes
It's
are
all
going off,
very
and your
fun.
mouth's
there
not
we
opening.
go. Yeah, I'm trying to get it to fix, but it's just won't do it. It's a little better. I think maybe it's the lighting in here tonight. It kind of sucks. The game room thing, the light in here is broken. But yeah,
They're yours to wear.
she
I hope
is
you wear them well.
loving the robes. She feels super special. I feel like she gives it to Zarka like, look. Aren't they so pretty?
Oh, the robes are. I was rereading it. The robes are just a +1. They're not even like an advantage or anything.
And they're +1 to all your charisma checks though.
Charisma-based skills gain +1 as well as charisma saving throws. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
a more
so
it's more it's more subtle, but the trade-off
There
being
you
that
go.
like the trade-off is also less intense.
yeah.
I like it. I think it's gonna
Hell
be
yeah.
great. And like I said, she got rejected hard as fuck on the boat.
Did you roll like a nat 1 on it?
Yeah,
I remember.
yeah, it was terrible.
I like that. I like that. That's her. Still, her like prime concern is getting rejected by a bunch of pirates.
It
Without
hurt.
almost getting eaten by a dragon.
No, that was kind of enjoyable. The rest hurt.
Oh,
And I'm the one
gracious.
who needs therapy.
Hey,
Yeah.
we didn't say exclusively.
I mean, that's
all
fair.
need therapy.
That's
I
true.
also need
Mine
therapy.
is just actively climbing up my body, so it's the most notable at the moment.
Most immediate. You need emergency
Yeah.
therapy.
Yeah,
We all identify with each other very well for a reason.
Yep.
I love you guys.
love you too.
Thanks.
Yeah, likewise.
Fyodor won't say it.
Well, I suppose that's 2 of you. That still leaves. Well, you're surrounded by you've been digging through my books. Please, please, please put them back on the shelf where you found them when you're done.
I will.
I am leaning toward those rings.
The protection one?
Indeed.
It's a good
Lily is
choice.
distracted, dancing around in her robes, trying to get the new like vibe and not trip and shit.
And it like you do have to attune to it. I will say, like, it is.
Yeah, that's
does
why
bring
she's
us
trying
to
not
you
to
get
trip right now
yeah.
because she's not
That
used to
makes
them
sense.
at all.
Yeah.
I do like the
Just a
fact that
little bit.
since they are magic, that also means, I think if I remember correctly, magic items resist like normal wear and tear,
Mhm.
which is the only reason she could walk around in like a fucking napkin and not like immediately rip it to shreds with her claws.
Yeah.
It's all game armor things when it comes to a female. It's perfect. I can wear a napkin and still be protected.
Mhm. That's some monk shit, right? That's the real reason to roll a monk. I could wear a cocktail dress and still kick your ass.
The rings are a noble choice. It takes a delicate balance of devotion and bravery to use them. But you seem to have quite enough for one, if not an army. As he does, he takes the rings and he puts all 3 of them in your hand. Suppose you have someone in mind that you wish to protect.
I do look over at Lilia, and then I sort of just kind of sweep
Cute.
my eyes over the entire group before I turn back to him, and I say, "Yes, I'm sure we'll have something of a strategic huddle about how to divvy these out, but yes, I do have some idea."
I don't know why her face looks angry, but I swear it's not your decision. I am sorry. I don't know why this thing is working like such crap tonight. I think it's Discord. It works really good on the other end. I don't know why.
And that brings us to you. You can't take my whole library.
Not physically, no. I think I've gotten as much as I can through a glance. But this one, and I holds up a level 3 spell scroll of Glyph of Warding. This one I think is the most complicated in your collection. Is that fair to say?
It's a fair guess, yes.
I think I will take this one with me. I need more time with it.
So be it. It is yours to use. I suppose that does bring us to the end of this part of the agreement then. I hope you are all happy with your choices. That is not often I allow others in here, let alone to take things with them. Hold them
Indeed,
well.
I'm so
I was not expecting this level of generosity, and I am grateful.
I'm so glad you
Yes.
heard Zarka out. We wouldn't have been able to experience any of this without you. Hopefully we can find your wings. We're gonna find your wings. We got this. We're gonna do it.
I say we literally have to
Speaking of
now. We are
We're
which,
oath
going
sworn
to.
to.
We're going to. Yeah,
speaking of
we're gonna
which,
find them.
yes,
Sorry.
you, and I understand this might be difficult, but you knew the ones who took them from you, didn't you?
Well, of course. It's always the
everything we've
ones that you know that you have. Those closest to you are the ones you need to watch the most.
Yes. Well, whatever kind of briefing you can give.
Sorry, just the Amos face.
I did frown, but it was so dramatic.
It was
She's
like
like,
it was like in
no, you don't have to
isn't it in
watch the
fucking
worst.
Oblivion? Isn't it like Elder Scrolls Oblivion where you're
It
doing
was
the like
Bethesda face.
yeah, it was a Bethesda like they didn't like that face. It was like yeah. It was like your close friends will betray you. Lilia did not like that.
Yeah, just
What
whatever
a
he's got to
Pokemon.
tell us about the people who did this to him, so we can know where to begin. And you don't have
Yes,
to.
please.
Yeah.
He kind of thinks on it for a moment. Not it like he's trying to I suppose he's trying to figure out a way to word it. Like it's I suppose it's less of a who and more of a what.
Is it another fucking dragon?
No, not as far as I'm aware, though I wouldn't be surprised if there was something swimming around in their blood, whether it is one of mine or something else entirely, I'm not sure, but it was I thought it was another one of you mortals, I suppose. Sorry, I know you all
We
don't
do
like being called that, but
we do all look the same.
no, but you do all die the same.
I like this dragon.
But it hit it well. By the time I realized that what I was talking to was not what I thought it was, there was nothing I could do about it. By then my wings were gone and I was alone. It's not the only thing they took though. But it
Was
is
there
the only
motivation beyond the damage that it would do to you mentally and physically? Was there a reason they took your wings specifically and did not finish the task? I'm sure you were left in a very bad way at the result of this. And did they flee in the sky and not want you to follow? Or was it more symbolic than that, their cruelty?
I don't think they saw me as any more than a means to an end. I had something they wanted. They took it.
It was not personal, they wanted wings.
Yes.
Wings of a dragon.
What for, I'm not sure.
So they appeared mortal, but there was something else to them than that?
And they ingratiated themselves to you in some way. Did they do a service for you? Did you rescue them? What happened? If you do not mind my prying. I don't wish to fall prey to similar tricks in our own pursuit.
They were I had not known them very long, but I had found them cast off in the water and took it upon myself to keep them from drowning, I suppose. And I have paid the price for kindness.
So all this is to say, though, what are they?
I don't know.
So they kept up their disguise, but you were able to sense what was wrong in the moments before this happened. But never did they fully drop the mask.
No. If they did, I wasn't conscious when it happened.
Well, what did their mask look like then?
They look like an orcish woman.
Mm-hmm.
But I have you ever looked at something that seemed completely normal, like, but there was just something in the back of your head that said something was off and wrong, but you couldn't see it?
The knot. When we fought a knot, that was kind of like that.
Yes, that's true.
I suppose it's like that, but a
The uncanny
walking,
orc.
talking person.
It was a not orc.
Why are you raising your hand?
Oh, that's out of character. I was
Oh,
like,
why are you raising your hand?
can Dukagon make a roll or something for either what someone would want with a dragon's wings? Like if there's anything in his brain hole of what that could be, why someone would want that, or anything he remembers about anything that sounds like this uncanny sort of sentient creature.
Is
Either
this
one.
uncanny thing a fey fiend or an undead? Can I check?
If I roll about this, do I have advantage?
You can roll a history check to see if there's anything in your brain that might pop up from it. No, you cannot roll to see if his story is undead, fey, or fiend.
I'm just saying, it could be some fey shit going on.
There's nothing for you to say.
History.
It's not sensing. It's knowledge.
It's knowing.
It's an intelligence check. Like I
Oh,
could.
I thought you were like
No,
sensing for
I'm
us.
not looking. No, I don't have that. I don't
Cracking
have.
it.
I'm not a
Idea.
ranger. Yeah, I'm not a ranger or a paladin.
Idea.
I'm asking like research wise, like rolling a history check with fey fiend or undead.
Would he have advantage on the
Bane.
history check is really the question.
If you wanted, real quick, you could let them roll 2 dice and just tell you which one they rolled first and which one they rolled second.
Oh.
And then if they don't have advantage, then you could just go off the first roll. And if they do, you could go off the better one, whichever one it was. And that way they wouldn't know unless they got it.
I do
Whether
like that.
it's
That's
yeah,
pretty deceptive.
only you would
Mhm.
know
Or you could roll for him,
that too.
like a secret roll, like in Pathfinder.
Mhm.
Hmm. Yeah, what's your history mod?
So with my special perk that you gave me, it is a +3.
Only one of you can roll for a history.
I have
Yeah,
a plus 10 to
if-
history.
Yeah, no, if it's history, then he's rolling it.
Okay.
I rolled a 25.
You kind of sit there and you think like you have like you've gone through the library at the keep, you've gone through every book, scroll, scrap of paper, sticky note you've ever found. And you're sitting there and you're just like the image with all the math, you're just like doing the hair, you're just like, where is it? Where is it? It's
I'm in the
somewhere
Mind
in
Palace.
here. And you can't see him at first to find any reason. You're like, the only times you've ever heard of things like this is like trophies, like when people put the like they mount heads and things. People who have hunted dragons might have mounted wings and things, but you cannot seem to figure out who would take it from a dragon to keep it alive. Is there some kind of like, is there Are they trying to do something? They need something from specifically the bronze dragon. Is the bronze dragon? You're not sure if it's the wings themselves. Maybe there's some spell component that somebody needs from it. But why take a whole wing? You cannot seem to quite put your finger on it. But you think that maybe if they are still out there, it would probably be as a trophy.
Okay.
So if somebody did take it and no longer needed them, they might have ended up on someone else's wall.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
Right. They could have ended up in the hands of a collector
Mm-hmm.
if the person who took them doesn't have them anymore, which means this could just be an effort of us like being able to get the wings back without immediately finding the perpetrator. So this
I
could
was
be a
gonna say,
longer
is our quest specifically getting the wings back, or is our quest finding the person who took them? Person
I
or
did
thing.
say I'd hunt down the person responsible.
Yeah, I was like, he mostly wants his wings, but he also wants them to pay for what they've done. But because I think Zarker said they were going to hunt him down. I want my wings back. Kick her
Yeah,
ass.
that's definitely the direction I steered the deal. That was my initial impulse on my offer. But yeah, I would assume we'll complete however much of this quest we're able to. If that is just returning the wings or just killing the perpetrator or bringing back the perpetrator,
Yeah.
then that's what we'll do. But ideally, we might be able to do both.
But at the very least, it does give you somewhere to start.
Awesome.
Sick. It's probably for the best that Duka was the one rolling. I just picked up an amulet that just plays Boy in the Striped Pajamas on a loop in my head forever.
Oh no.
Oh,
It's just every like 2 hours I just watch the scene of Grave and the Fireflies where
I
the
was
nuke
gonna
goes
say
off.
exactly.
no. Two horrible, sad examples.
Fyodor
Painful.
just has picture in picture Grave and the Fireflies is just always playing just in his
God.
entire life now.
No wonder you hate life.
It's like every 5 minutes, Fyodor feels like he has to sneeze, and then feels like he just watched the first 10 minutes of Up.
Every 45 minutes, every like 45 minutes to an
God.
hour, Fyodor rewatches the death of Littlefoot's parents. Like,
Oh my
All these are
gosh.
horrible sad examples.
The first 5 minutes of Oliver and Company.
No!
No.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not.
I like how that one affected me more than anything else we've said so far.
I knew it would as well. You told me.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
God.
I think we were at our parents' house. We were at our parents' house, and I was just explaining to Laramie that it was one of those movies that I just cry, just like, and then like as I was explaining
How can you
why, I just
not?
started tearing up at the table, and she's like, "You can stop." I'm like, "I noticed,"
Oh.
because I'm like, it's just so sad.
It
so
is
sad.
sad. It's so sad.
But
It is about 10:40. Do we
yeah,
guys want to take like a little bio break and then come back?
Yeah, I'm good.
yeah.
And is
Yeah,
there
works for me.
anything, because my head's killing me, is there
Oh,
anything that you guys want to continue to do down here? I didn't know if you guys wanted to futz with the other doors or if you were going to leave that for a later date or respect his boundaries.
I was gonna
I
say,
mean,
I feel
I'm
like,
gonna respect his boundaries.
yeah.
We've not been invasive, have we?
You teleported into his mouth.
You were the most invasive.
Yeah, some people are okay with that, but
This
you
is
gotta
a
ask
breath
first.
freshener, okay?
Consent is key.
Oh God. Okay,
Yeah,
I love
yeah,
It's
it.
been a
Fyodor's-
long day. I think we're gonna respect boundaries.
He
Yeah,
probably needs a
Indeed.
nap first.
My
I'm too
health is still
busy.
low.
I'm too busy watching the ending of the Fry's Dog episode of Futurama.
Aww. I just watched that one the other night. Okay, bio break. We shall.
Bio
Okay.
break.
Let me get to
See y'all in
the
a bit.
yes.
Because when we come back, more likely than not, we will probably be leaving the
Leaving.
dragon's lair.
It's true. Very true.
All right.
And I'm gonna grab the amulet on the way out, and then
Immediately get attacked.
The angel.
Bye.
I don't know.
And I'm gonna make it to where they can. Wait, should I make it to where they can see us? No, wait a second.
I got it in my nose.
Oh no.
Blah.
And I'm done with my handful of pretzels.
Ah, that sounds good. Oh, I should buy some pretzels. I haven't bought pretzels
They
in a
are
while.
good.
That sounds good.
They now have, you know, those Zapp's potato chips with like the voodoo flavor.
Mhm.
Those things slap.
Yeah, they have them as pretzel sticks now. They have voodoo flavored pretzel sticks. That's what I'm eating. They're phenomenal.
Ooh, that sounds so good. Oh my god.
I like the pub pretzels from Aldi.
I
Those are
also
very
like
good, yeah.
Dots home style pretzel stick things. Is that what it's called? Dots? No, that doesn't sound right.
Mm.
They sell them at Publix and Kroger. They're in a big like red bag. I think maybe I don't know. They're really good. They're really really good. They have a little kick to them though. So if you don't like stuff that's like even a little bit spicy, you probably wouldn't like them.
Dots pretzels. They are Dots pretzels.
Dots. Yes. Okay, that is what it is. Yes, I like them.
They
There's
have original Southwest.
yes. I like the original ones, but they do have a little kick to them. But they are super. It's like if you put pepper on something, not like buffalo spicy or anything, but like yeah.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, anyway, we got some gifts from a dragon. That was fucking amazing.
Did the dragon ever give us a name?
No,
I'm gonna ask the dragon's name before we leave.
please don't.
What can we call
You
you?
really thought you were in the clear.
Okay, so you are happier about me asking about what the robe looked like than you are us asking what the dragon's name is.
Looks are easy. Names are hard.
I know. Oh God,
He
that's
tells you his
great.
name. We'll
Thank
come back
you.
to that later.
Farewell, Sparky.
No.
That's a slur in Draconic,
Oh
actually.
God.
How dare all of you.
Later, Wingspan.
Terrible.
That's fine.
When that-
My amulet's still gonna kill me.
That's like that has all the same energy of when we used to have a dog that came in when I worked at the doggy daycare that had 3 legs and their name was Tripod.
Or like that one kid in Newsies whose name was Crutches.
Yeah.
Malicious metonymy.
Yeah.
But
Quirky ableism.
was there anything else you guys wanted to do here or with the dragon? Not like that.
I mean, I think I would try to get a more like useful descriptor of what we're fucking looking for because we like
Yeah.
it's a half orc woman who doesn't quite look right is what we've been given so far. And so I wasn't sure if there was like defining features or like something about
More
the
clues.
voice, more like literally
Ooh.
anything other more information than like the police
So that we're not
usually
just
work
racially
with. Yeah, so we're
profiling.
not like yeah.
Was
He
she
kind
was she asking about anything specific? Did she seem to have any specific like interests or things she talked about?
I was going for more for descriptors, but that's also probably something we can
Well, I was thinking
use.
like maybe this person who we've been like following, maybe they're also some sort of like secret other thing and they're also shape shifting or whatever. Like if this person like had displayed an interest in monsters or in like maybe
Yeah,
it could
yeah,
all
for
be
sure, for
connected.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Or
the
barring that, if they needed it for some ritual, it could lead us to the nature of it. But yeah, sorry.
the only thing he offers to you is because he kind of mulls that in his head for a minute, and you can see that it's almost like it seems like he's trying to remember, but it's almost painful to. and you're not sure if there's something actively like in the way of his memories, or if it's very much just trauma response, memory. It's a whole thing. But he just kind of beware of shape changers. I don't think that was her face.
I don't suppose that she gave you you said her face?
Mhm.
That's right, because you said orc woman.
Thank you. Mhm.
Noted.
Mhm.
We'll just ask every orc woman we meet how you feel about dragon wings.
We will probably ask around about dragon wings, purchasing them, collectors of them, if there is a market for it, like a black market or a legal market. I don't know why it would be illegal in mortal kingdoms. We have stuff to go on. We have a
Yeah,
starting point at least.
for sure. Okay. Shape changer, half orc, uncanny wings. Something swimming in their blood, you said?
I turned this light down and I'm still.
Because if we're lucky, it
Something.
could just be heartworms and then they will be dead by the time we find them.
That would be lucky.
Something that wasn't mortal blood was mixed into them. But I don't know what it was.
We still have the vial of the elixir.
Yeah.
Would
You mean my flask? You mean my water skin full of it?
We didn't have it in a water skin because the leather would have been affected by it. We had it in like a glass.
You had it like a little metal, like a metal flask for alcohol.
Yeah, I had it in a flask.
Yeah.
I pictured it like a metal, like a canteen. When I say water skin, I mean that shape.
Okay. Can we be like, was it anything like this?
Yeah, just these.
Sniff.
Do not
He
get it
does.
on
He
you.
kind of.
As I hold my pinky, just don't get it on you.
Because you guys
Or
have
in
left
you.
the room by now. Like you are back out of his collection.
We're in the main room, yeah.
Yeah. He is no longer a person. Like as soon as he left that room, he kind of went back to his normal form. And he kind of leans his head down, he takes a sniff out of it, and again there's a weird reaction on his face, but then he shakes and he's like, that smells foul, but I don't recognize it.
Okay.
The amulet is starting to make more sense now.
The amulet or the fact that I'm taking it?
You taking it.
Yeah, I feel like I'm pretty straightforward in my interests.
I suppose this is where we are going to part ways for the time being.
Sure.
You seem to be on your way, and I am not exactly inclined to keep overnight guests.
That's fair. I did not notice any guest bedrooms in this underwater cave, which is valid. You do not owe us anything else.
Hopefully we'll be back soon, though. And we'll be successful.
We will see in time. And he kind of leads you back to that large cavernous opening that leads back into the water, and he slides in. He offers, if you want to not hold your breath, but you could also just hold on to his horn if you don't want to get in the dragon again.
I hold on to the horn.
I hold on to the horn.
Meh, what's one more ride in the
I'll get in the
dragon's mouth? Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew it's was gonna pick.
I mean, done it once without any
Yeah.
negative consequences.
It's a submarine. Like it is nice and
Yeah.
roomy.
We've been here before. No big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Lilia probably
I don't
kind of like,
trust it.
Psh, you're gonna be in the ocean. All right, good luck with that.
Yeah, I was like, you're a cat.
We
Yeah,
literally,
she's done.
you know, we don't give a shit.
He does. He sinks back below the water, and
Oh,
he
do we have
takes
to
the
get back
same
in the
way.
boat?
He takes you back to where the boat is in that alcove. At this point, the water has lowered so far that there's no way for that boat for anything to come in or out. It is kind of locked in there while they're doing repairs. They don't seem to be going anywhere anytime soon. But this is where he lets you off, and Lily and Zarkra, you are now able to see it for the first time that this was your destination. While there's rocky cliffs that like spring up along the water's edge to either side of you past this little spot has a little sand beach, and it's kind of a steep little slope to get up to, but there is a slope leading up into the woods as these trees tower over you. But still above these, in the far distance, you can still see the branches of what you have been told is called Last Man Standing in the distance further on.
Lelia
Awesome.
unclenches from one of the teeth and is like, "Oh, thank God, we don't have to get back on the boat." She was not excited about that.
You guys are you see Bread still like holding this, is just come sprinting down the beach. She's just like,
Aw.
My
Oh,
Your
Brad.
voice got so high
baby.
that I did not hear it through
Yeah,
the thing. I only
it
heard it
did
across
break
the
up.
apartment.
It did break
that's
up.
fair.
We knew what you
Microphones
said
don't
though.
like me.
We
Yeah.
knew what you said though.
I will ask, when I actually like have the amulet and have left with it, does it feel different when I'm holding it versus when I was just looking at it?
Now that you actually have it on your person, you all felt it, but you feel it the most severe is that the closer you are to that thing, there is this heavy sense of like
Despair.
yeah, that not just like it feels like you've just gained an amulet of clinical depression
Yeah.
that has a radius that it just oozes sand.
Yeah. That's where that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fyodor's just he's gonna have it.
Okay.
I mean, I imagine he will probably, if he notices that it's affecting anyone around him, he will try to like keep a distance when walking, but like
Yeah.
he's not gonna like do anything. Like he doesn't have any way to like seal it up so it's not doing that.
Yeah.
Lelia runs to the baby. Probably tripping on the robe she's not attuned to.
Yeah,
We
you
we are
guys.
not we are not dead, Bread.
I didn't know they got eaten. Everybody disappeared off the boat, and you guys were like, "Well, we're also gonna go butts off with a dragon." And then you left me here with a child, and I'm not ready to be a parent. I'm too young for this.
Brad,
Lilia's
if
kissing the
anything, we left
baby.
you with the moose.
Lilia's
Oh.
kissing the baby all over, and she's like patting Bread on the head, like "good job," and then just walks away. let Bread have his meltdown while she's like, "My baby."
Hmm.
She cares about Bread, but she's got her baby right now.
What time of day is it?
It's inching into nighttime at the moment.
Boy, this
'Cause-
rat dragon really said, "Get out! It's getting dark."
Hmm.
It's like it's my bedtime. Y'all gotta go.
This was a romance after all. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
My brain just stops. Okay.
So I guess we just head towards the tree then, and like, Bread,
Would
let us
you
know
go-
if anything looks familiar.
Would
We
you
should-
guys like to wait until morning, or do
I
you
was gonna
want
say,
to
it's been a long fucking
immediately
day.
Yeah,
We should
head in?
probably rest.
I like that idea.
I thought we took short rests in the
Take a
cave.
short rest. I need a long fucking rest.
Oh right, you guys all
Yeah.
take fucking long rests, you wimps.
For my
Mhm.
bardic inspirations and my spell slots, thank you.
Yeah, I think a long rest is good. I'll get back all my not only all my health, but all of my lay on hands pool of healing.
Before we take our long rest, I'm gonna use my one spell slot to cast my new fucking spell. What was it just called? What the fuck was it called? Healing elixir?
Healing elixir.
Yeah. So I cast healing elixir.
Break out those alchemy supplies.
Yeah, maybe like now that we're actually in a forested area, he can finally grab the last pieces he needs to like kind of figure something out. It might even be that he's doing it like he's doubling down on it as a distraction from the amulet depression. Like, sometimes it's just about keeping yourself busy, you know? Neffy, you've got to stop.
Along those same lines, could Dukagon make a roll to try and find up to 10 gold pieces worth of incense and herbs in the immediate surrounding fauna? Flora?
I will say you can try and but depending on your role will not only determine how much you find, but also how far you wander in without realizing.
Oh, okay.
Question.
Mm.
As a technically I have the acolyte background. I started with 5 incense. Also, can I use my survival to help?
Yes.
Is this a survival check or is it a nature check?
I think it's a survival check and you have advantage from the help.
Sweet. That's a 19.
The advantage is literally me standing
That's
at
an
camp and then
11.
yelling when you wander too far.
19 plus 5 is a 24.
So you kind of take this opportunity. You guys have like gathered all your equipment and everything. You've gotten off the boat. Because you know that they're leaving as soon as they get their first chance to. They're not sticking around. They're like, we don't want to be here. There's a whole ass dragon in the water, and I know you said it's fine, but like, is it really fine? We're gonna go. So you guys get all of your stuff, and you kind of set up your little camp up the hill, just at the edge of the woods, but not quite in. Like, there's something about it that you're just like, we're gonna take a nap outside of the tree line, you know? So you get your camp kind of set up, and Duca, you do take this chance to kind of start going around and gathering materials and things like that. And you at first you seem to try to stay near like the edges. Again, you keep the camp in sight, like kind of like making sure, because there's just something you can't quite put your finger on. And it might just be, I was like, because these definitely feel like woods. You've been through woods, you lived in the mountains, you guys hunted and things like that. But there's something else, and you can't quite figure it out. But every now and again, you kind of you'll catch a glint of another one of the like the incense and herbs and stuff that you're trying to pick, and it's just a little bit further in. And you kind of test that boundary a few times, but at some point you do kind of you go to reach for another one, like you go to take that next step, and you just kind of something tells you to stop.
It's
And
Fyodor.
you're like,
Fyodor tells you to stop.
I think I have enough. I think I should go. And you immediately retreat back to the camp, and you do get, you said up to 10?
Mm-hmm.
You get 8 gold worth.
8 gold worth. Excellent.
Are my 5 incense worth at least 2 gold?
Yeah.
Then I give him those. I stole these from the temple before we left. I never had the use for them.
This is perfect.
May I inquire as to why, or are you gonna slap me in the face with it later?
Well, so I think Dukagon falls asleep fairly quickly after this is done. It's been a very long day, and he
Yeah.
gets his 8 hours of sleep. Which if it was just starting to get to night, I think he wakes up pretty early. And he spends the first hour of his day writing down all of the discoveries that he made in this library of actual arcane knowledge. This like script of breaking down a spell into its mathematical and arcane components and how to organize magic logically. It's something he's never seen before, and now that he has it, everything is falling into place. And he has so many ideas, and he's writing all of these ideas down in his journal until it becomes his wizard spell book for his wizard level 1. And he puts together this idea of carving out a little piece of his soul and making a little like extension of himself. He thinks he can manage that. And so he spends an hour and he casts Find Familiar using this 10 gold worth of incense and herbs.
Heck yes.
And he has the
Okay.
little candles arranged in a little like circle diamond looking thing, like etching runes into the sand, just like lighting these little fires, and the breath comes out of him and forms into this little orb. His eyes turn blue as he starts to like mold it and shape it. And I think the others like start to get up for breakfast and whatnot, and they see him in the distance, kind of like shaping and moving fire and little bits of lightning and stuff. And as they come over, he like adds the last touch to it, and it sort of forms into this this little tiny like fox-looking creature with like a fish tail and little like owl wings. And Bane, I'm hoping this is okay. Mechanically, one of my options is an owl, and so that's what I'm going for, is an owl. But flavor-wise, I wanted him to look like one of the little fishers from the mountain, but with wings.
I thought you were going with one of the house griffins, like a fox, like house griffin. So they have you ever seen those? They are the size of a house cat, but they vary. So you have the different like shapes of them and the different birds on the back end, but they're kind of the ones I think I've said some of them that were like the flavors of them, where you had like the front half of a raccoon, the back half of a pigeon, but it's
I
the
do
size of a
remember
house cat.
seeing those.
Yeah, they're house griffins. They're just adorable, and I was like, if you wanted as a familiar, like that's cute. We can do that. We can also do that. So if you're wanting to do like an owl,
Yeah,
like owl
the stat
statue?
block for an owl.
Okay.
Because I don't think that having the fisher. I mean, presumably the fisher would have a swim speed or something. But if we could forego that just for the fly speed, that would be just kind of what I'm going for.
Okay. I could futz with it, but yeah, we can make that work. It's an homage to your little buddy.
This is
Those
Paul.
Pole.
Paul. That was
Paul.
his name. Paul. P-O-L.
Yeah.
Oh
Paul.
yeah.
This is also Paul.
Pole.
I don't.
We're just accruing more mouths to feed, aren't we? But she says it
This
with
one-
a smile.
This one does not eat.
Well, that is very fortunate.
My question to you is it celestial, fey, or fiend? What is Duca drawing on?
If
I
it's
think
his
it's
own
fiendish. I think it's fiendish.
soul.
Oh, heck yeah.
Like, we've been around so much fiend magic, it's kind of fiendish.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
and
That's what he did. He took a part of his soul and he used it to bind a miniature demon. This is his first taste
or
of demon binding.
utilized demonic magic in order to extract a piece of the soul.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, you could play that a number of ways. It's
You know,
very
yeah.
cool, no matter how you choose to do it.
I think it's like a little wisp of fiendishness wrapped in a thin layer of Dukagon and then shoved in a owl fisher shaped wrapper,
Like a dumpling.
like a Reese's cup.
Mm.
This is gonna be weird and adorable, and I'm gonna draw it at some point. So
Hell yes.
I think I would have a quick moment like, I think it is very bold of you, Zarkra, to talk about mouths to feed. You summoned a whole fucking moose.
I did. I did do that.
Well, look,
Some
now
will
we
have to eat
all of
the-
us have a pet now. Lilia has their
True.
baby. Zarkra has her moose. I have my owl fisher, and Fyodor, I guess you have bread.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the being that lives inside of my soul, but
No, you are its pet.
it is we are figuring out our relationship dynamic.
Damn! Oh my god.
Oh goodness gracious,
All of that was great.
horrifying.
I am sorry, brother. That was too far.
It is
Was
it
it,
is
though?
fine.
I don't know. I've been watching y'all's
One
relationship
of
for a
us will
while now. I
survive
don't
if
feel
it
like
goes
that was
wild.
too far.
Yeah, but Duka, as like
Neffy.
you've taken this time and
Stop.
kind of molded this spirit into this familiar and forming this bond with it. And for the first time, as it now sits before you with this strange creature you've kind of mashed together and taking I guess a weird homage to the monstrosities you've been encountering. And you hear a chipper little voice in your head that just says, "Good
Oh no.
I've made a terrible mistake.
Oh
Are
no.
you here for this?
morning."
Is it only in his head though?
Yes.
You
could probably
summoned a
change it.
morning person!
Mm.
None of us know what that's like.
As you kind of
He looks
sit
like he
there
just
and
ate
that
a
look on your
lemon, and
face.
you guys don't hear anything. He's just like,
You
mm.
pause as you make this face, and it just continues to stare back and forth. And you watch that kind of perked excitement. It just kind of drifts in. It goes, "Bad morning."
We will work on this.
Oh dear.
Oh god.
Are,
You
are
summoned
you
a
sure you
demon and
came
it's
from
worried
my
about
soul?
you. Oh,
Are you a
God.
bit of my soul? Was the
I'm
demon
scared.
shipper?
The kind you didn't want.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Oh, fuck.
Doka,
Yeah, you guys only hear my part of this. You just hear me start swearing.
Doka,
Ah,
Doka, is the flying fisher spirit distasteful in some way? You are making a lot of faces and a lot of
no, I do not
profanities.
make mistakes. I do not make mistakes. It is perfect.
Oh god.
Okay.
You said it was perfect, and you watch it get excited. It's like, yay! I'm already succeeding.
Do you want me to just like? Do you want me to give it the amulet? I don't.
Damn.
I think in my brain, your name is Paul. You didn't already have a name, did you?
I don't think so.
Okay, cool.
Was I
Your name?
supposed to?
No. I'm just checking.
Oh.
I've never done this before. I was sort of improvising. It's a miracle you turned out as well shaped as you are.
And you watch as he almost starts to think about it. I was just like, oh, this could have gone so wrong.
This could have
You
gone
did
very
use part
wrong.
of your soul. It knows you. It knows
Oh, yeah.
everything that you do,
It
and
knows what it could have
it
become.
shares that same thought kind of between you of all of the weird ways it could have come out, and it's just oh.
Blah. It's lucky for you that I am fucking smart.
Be thankful that I am brilliant.
And now, so are you.
Neffy has something to say.
Is Neffy my familiar too?
No.
What do you have against Neffy Beffy?
Nothing against Neffy. I would just hate for Neffy to have to share part of my soul. That sounds like a bad gig for her.
But you have a new familiar. It's part of you
Yes.
that you hate.
Are you gonna Jiminy Cricket me?
Maybe.
Is this my conscience?
This is the part of you that York raised. I don't remember what you call babushka beat out of you.
This is
You
your
were
sense
the
of
bad
childlike wonder
child.
and optimism.
My sense of wonder and joy.
Damn.
Oh.
And
This is your inner
did you
child.
summon that from hell?
That's where it was sent. I dragged it back.
That's where it was sent.
God damn! No wonder y'all are the way you are. Your
I have
sense
friends
of
now. I had to
wonder
get my
got sent to
childlike wonder
hell.
back from hell.
God damn.
Would you like to
Oof.
borrow my despair amulet?
Lelia finally has a clear picture. Once she figures this out, she'll finally have a clear picture of how horrible your childhood was.
It was pretty great. We read a bunch of books and then I killed a guy.
And you had to summon your childlike wonder back from hell. Oh,
There is no time for
God.
childlike wonder in
Oof.
Goblin frozen north.
Damn.
In Goblin Russia.
In Goblin Russia, there is only snow
I was gonna
and
say it.
pain.
I was gonna thank you for
Pain.
saying it.
No. Is there anything anyone else would like to do as morning arises or through the night?
Duka,
Uh,
is this fisher? Did you summon a living fisher bird, or is this a fisher shaped spiritual? What is happening? What have you done? What did you
It is
do
a
this morning?
I believe the technical term is a familiar. It is
Ah,
an extension of myself that
Hmm.
has physical form. In sort of it has been conjured. It is not fully manifested as a creature.
so we do not have to feed it.
We don't have to feed it. It
What happens
derives-
if it dies?
then it is dispersed. It is
Mm.
dispersed until I resummon it.
Okay, so it
I will
lit.
need more orbs and incense for that. So if we could avoid that, would be ideal.
I mean, I wasn't
Um,
going to kill it, but I
Le-
was just curious for
Lelia.
combat tactical purposes.
Well, that's good. He is very good at the killing.
Yes, I kill so you do not have to, Tiny Fisher.
You still can't hear him. It's just Duka in his head.
That's fine.
I do feel like that was a suitable response, though, for seeing the thing look up at him with wide eyes.
Yeah. I know you.
It's like, yeah.
Lelia comes in the morning with the baby and the baby's book in her hand, and she's like, "Duka, I know that the last couple of days been busy, and last night we were too tired, but I think that we should read the baby its book." She like holds it out, all sheepish and stuff. Lelia wants this book as much as the baby does.
I'm gonna roll the insight whether Dukagon understands that Lilia wants this.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, if we have time and nobody objects, Dukagon will cast Speak with Animals as a ritual and
Aww.
We don't have to
practice the-
narrate it or
practice
anything. but-
reading with Winnie. Winnie, right?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
You have started to notice from time to time when you are reading to it, it will mimic words back to you that you are reading. So you will get, like, if you're reading part of a passage and you get to the end of it, it'll chirp back the same word to you, like it's starting to pick up on the words.
Words as a concept,
Like-
but in
Aw.
like this in its like animal speak.
Yeah. Like
Okay.
it's starting to understand language better than just kind of like normally if you would talk to something, it has the basic ideas of things and it's not going to philosophize because
Yeah.
it doesn't get the so it's starting to kind of pick up on that.
Oh, so it's picking up how to understand outside of what the spell is doing. It's like
Mhm.
actually learning the words now.
Yeah.
It's got semantics.
It's like though, like when you teach your dog the word sit, like they understand the word sit no matter because that's the language you taught that command to them, or is the baby actually learning to speak like common?
It is starting to understand words as words, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
So
And not
like
as
again with the
sounds.
dog, it's like that's the sound that means I have to do this thing. It is understanding it more as a concept of like actually being able to speak and form its own sentences.
Okay. Cool.
It's gaining intelligence.
Yeah, Lily is just excited that we're back on something that's semi their routine that they had kinda sorta made in all of this. So, but yeah, she appreciates the progress.
Yeah.
All right. Are you guys ready?
Think I'm ready.
Buddy.
Does anyone else need to summon a fucking petting zoo? Does everybody have their menagerie?
Don't be mad that yours is inside.
Let's give Domino a little scratch on his scruff.
Yes, Captain.
Whenever we
Okay.
get back to town, I'm going to spend money on that thing that looked like a cat but eats things.
Cats eat things.
But like
That
the thing from Captain Marvel.
yeah. Remember at the
Oh.
exotic bookstore, exotic
That
pet
is an
shop.
excellent point. Cats do eat things.
Books are
Yeah.
like pets for your brain made of words.
I kill Zarkra.
So
That wasn't Zarka. That was
This gets
Celeste
dark
in real
really quick.
life at 11:38 p.m.
yeah, we're gonna wrap this up in a second. Don't worry about it. We're gonna leave you guys with foreboding.
Uh-oh.
As you guys kind of get everything packed up together, you get stuff set, like you get everything packed, you're ready to go, you kind of take that last final breath, and you kind of, Duca, especially after last night, you kind of take this last second to look behind you at the water and the beach and everything before you guys step in. And at first, you all kind of feel that a little bit of unease, like there's just something a little bit off. And it does not take you very long. Like Duke, you kind of take that second of just again, there's something that just kind of goes, that's not right. And you turn around to look back out at the water again. And when you turn around to look, you should absolutely still be able to see the sun and the water and the ocean through the trees. Like you have not gone very far. All you see is more forest behind you.
Ooh.
Ooh, okay.
And you guys are suddenly cast into these woods, and all around you is just this dark shadow from the sunlight struggling to come through the canopy as you have entered last man standing the
Ooh.
woods. And that's where we're gonna wrap it up for
That's not how
now.
that's
You
supposed
know,
to be.
we probably should have asked Bread if this was at all familiar before we started walking further in. In hindsight.
Hindsight. 2020.
2020. At
At
this point, we would have assumed Brett doesn't know shit.
Yeah,
That's
we're
That's
all
true.
just like, we know where Bread lives better than Bread does.
Bread lives wherever the fuck we set him down and walk
Fucking
away.
warm enough here for you, Brett.
Rise, Bread, rise.
Needy.
Not needy. Bread.
Oh my god.
Wow.
That's great.
Fyodor kills me.
I'm gonna say though, Brett is the best NPC name I've had so far.
Yeah,
It's
it's
fantastic.
Fully
pretty
agree.
wonderful. Yeah, it's great.
And he's had some stiff competition.
It's good.
I know. It's so hard to compete with Peter.
Yeah.
And there were the two different people with the same name at the dock. Were they two
Yeah.
Steves?
There were it
The
was
Steves.
yeah, it was Dockhand Steve who was trying his best, but then you also had Construction Steve. He was a lot more competent. But you know, both Steves are loved.
Mhm.
And that's what's important.
It doesn't matter what kind of Steve you are. We love you. Oh god. All right. Well, I'm gonna say goodnight to the stream. Good night, stream.
Good night, stream.
Sorry we got a late
Night.
start. It was wonderful anyway. Good night.
Any
Good.
comments, questions,
Got love and
concerns,
fire.
or critiques?
What was a new hand touches the beacon in reference to?
You're familiar.
What beacon?
My brain just, when you were putting it together and talking about the orb, my brain immediately just went, a new hand touches the beacon.
Oh,
Oh.
I just thought that was the first thing that
Yeah.
popped in my brain. It
No,
made me
for sure.
giggle.